That was so beautiful, Chelsea. Thank you. I felt it right here. I'm going to start by doing a song about blueberry muffins. Wait, is this the right open mic? I'm sorry. Sorry, that was an hour ago. It's a callback from an hour ago. Sorry. Catch my album Ode to the Queen Oman on Bandcamp. So I just. Thank you very much for this opportunity. This is amazing. This is my first time at Lost Church. I want to thank my friend Aireen for introducing me to this, and thank you, Reverend Ned. It's just amazing to just have you and experience you, just the power and the warmth at the same time. I want to start by introducing you to Joyce. Can you say hello to Joyce? Joyce and I, we almost made 29 years married, and last year, January, she was diagnosed with stage 4, and I dropped everything to spend every single moment with her, she crossed over in July. I miss her tremendously and deeply. And it's been over a year now, and I'm still kind of trying to understand the whole idea of grief. I've read so much about it, and I went through the support groups, and just realizing that the objective is not to get over the grief, but to actually live within it. And that's what I'm trying to do, being up here on stage today to share with you, because it hasn't been easy. It's hard, you know. I find myself at times this wave hitting me, and I'm just bawling, and I'm just a complete mess, and just the crying comes out of nowhere. I'll be on Muni, and I'll just start bawling, and then I realize everybody bawls on Muni. I just never on Muni. I'd walk into IKEA and I'd see the baskets that she loved to buy, and I'd have to hide behind a Billy bookcase just to kind of cover my tears. I mean, you know how hard it is to just bawl with your mouth full of Swedish meatballs. It's just very ugly. It's terrible. But I would find ways to breathe, and that's one thing I've learned. But the times when the wave hits you hard, because it really hits you hard, and you get really low, and there's a time where I get down, and I'm like, I don't want to be here anymore. What's the point of all this? And it got so bad, I had to make a poster, just your mom loves you, your sister loves you. Remember that, the time will pass, 988, just remember that. And the most important thing in the bottom is like, if you do this, Joyce will be fucking pissed at you. And she will be, I know that. If I was to do something, and I thought of different ways. I'm a coward, I don't have a gun, I wanted to do the Godfather thing and, a warm bath and slit myself, that kind of thing. I just don't have it to do that. I read somewhere multivitamins, if you eat enough, that you can offer yourself. I guess that's why it's called one a day. I don't know. But I know she would be pissed if I get there. I cross over and, I'd be showing a picture of her and saying, hey, have you seen Joyce? I don't know why I have an iPhone in the afterlife, but have you seen Joyce? And they'll say, oh yeah, Joyce. Oh, that's Khaleesi. Okay. And I see her on a dragon just flying over and landing behind this bamboo palace. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, there she is. I'm running to the hill. I knock on the door, and this butler answers, and he looks just like George Clooney, because she always wanted to sleep with George Clooney. That was her fantasy. And I'd walk in there, and there's all kinds of George Clooney's, different stages of his career. George Clooney from Oh Brother Where Art Thou, Ocean's 11, George Clooney cooking an omelet, the young George Clooney from Roseanne, that fucker, just. And I'm walking and I say, oh my God, what's up with all these George Clooneys, And then I can see Joyce. She's getting a massage over there by another George Clooney. And she gets up and she's like, what the fuck are you doing here? And I look at her, and everything I've always yearned, just that her kiss, the touch of her skin, her hug, holding her. And I look at her and I run up to her and I'm hugging her and I start to cry. I just miss you. I just miss you. I just miss you so much. And I'll just start crying. And of course, knowing her, how tough she is, she'll pet my head. And then she'll say, "Stop crying like a little bitch," you know. But one thing I did after she passed, we have the same iPhone, and I looked at her photos, and she took a lot of photos of me. She took videos of me while we were in Maui. That was where our happy place was. And one thing, it was like I was always going into the wave, and getting knocked down by the wave. I could hear her laughing. And I thought, this is it. This is what I'm going through right now. And all I want is, I feel like a shattered glass, just going into the sand and floating, going in the sand. And all I want is one day to come out as this jewel, this piece of glass, this sea glass, that maybe a fourth grader will find me one day and make me into a necklace. That's the transformation I'm hoping, and I would love a hug right now.